What's going on, everybody? I'm Brian Bogert, and we are back today for episode 53 of Bogert's Bullets. Today we're going to talk about getting knocked out of autopilot. For those of you who've heard me speak on self-awareness, you've heard me reference a study that was done in 1986 by Dr. Zimmerman. And the key takeaway is that our minds process 11 million bits of information per second, but we're only consciously aware of about 40. So what that suggests is that we are largely led by the unconscious, that we are largely led by the patterns created in our lives, the routines, the habits that exist. Because the more we do things, the less we have to consciously make decisions and actively make decisions in anything that we do. So how many of us get up in the morning, go through our morning routine, get in the car, and before we know it, we're at the office and we have no recollection of how we've gotten there? This time right now and all the chaos that's existing in our world with COVID-19 has literally knocked us out of autopilot and being led by the unconscious. And so right now we're having to focus on the moment in front of us. We're having to actively make decisions. We're shifting actively from the unconscious mind to the conscious mind. We're shifting actively to the aware state versus the led state. And so what's happening for a lot of us is we're feeling extra tired. We're feeling a higher level of fatigue. What we know from experts in habit formation is that new habits create upfront energy tax that reduces and minimizes over time. So what's happening right now is we're being forced to create new patterns and new habits in every capacity of our lives. Many people are working remotely for the first time. Many of us are using different technology and video conferencing in a way that we never have before. Many of us are at home trying to figure out how to balance distance learning with kids while running businesses, while growing, while doing the things that we need to do to keep our own sanity and our own life in order. And so the fatigue that we're feeling is not just the emotional burden and drain of the heaviness that's going on right now, but the fact that we're having to actively make decisions at every moment of every day. There is no autopilot moments that exist right now in our world. We have no ability to just be led unconsciously. And so in a lot of ways, this is a great opportunity for us to shift from the unconscious to the conscious space, from the unaware to the aware. Because what we're not aware of ultimately will be doomed as fate. It's going to feel like life is happening to us versus us having an element of control. This is an opportunity to reset the way that we operate, to create new patterns, to challenge and constantly try to test the limits of what we are capable of, and recognize that we can move to an aware state, because once we're aware, we can be intentional. And that's how we can start to create what we truly want and desire for our lives. So as much as we're experiencing the fatigue, as much as we're feeling the emotional burden right now, give yourself the space to process and give yourself the grace to recognize that if we don't feel, we don't heal. But the reality of it is that there is no normal at the moment. So create your new normal, become aware and intentional with what you're doing, and recognize that the fatigue that you're experiencing is also growth and development. Stay safe, stay strong, and we'll be back soon for another episode of Bogert's Bullets.